So I started sifting through the Artemis 2 footage, and you will not believe what I found. Or maybe you will. Check this out. Look at this astronaut's hand. Did you miss it? Take a closer look. What is going on with this hand? The hand looks super swollen. And whoa, what's up with that funky finger movement, man? That does not look natural at all. And holy cow, did that astronaut's pointer finger just magically grow right before our very eyes? Nothing to see here, folks. So the Artemis 2 rocket ship, bound for the moon, took off on April Fool's Day. April Fool's Day. Because NASA believes that the general public are a bunch of fools. And for the most part, NASA is correct. And just like every rocket ship launch I've ever seen, the rocket begins by going up. And then shortly after it's going up, you start to see it curve over. You start to see it turn sideways. That's right. The rockets don't just go up, and up until they go to space. No, they go up and then they turn sideways. And do you know what happens after the rockets turn sideways? If you guessed that they start going downward back towards the ground, you are correct. In this case, they start going downward towards the water. And I believe once these rocket ships leave the view of the public's eye, they splash down in the ocean, or perhaps these rockets can be designed to self-destruct in the air and burn up in the air so that they don't have to go retrieve the remains of the rocket out of the ocean. However, what they tell the public and what their excuse is, if you ask why you don't get to see the rocket go to space and why it's coming back down towards the ground, their excuse is that the rocket is going to go around the Earth and it's going to have a slingshot effect and it's going to reach escape velocity by going around the Earth first and then it's going to go to outer space. So you don't get to see the rocket go to outer space. Instead, you get to see a cutaway. Always a bunch of cutaways during these rocket launches. You never get to see live, unedited footage from start to finish of them actually going to outer space. No, it's always full of cuts. And this footage is no different. You see cuts where it shows the back of the rocket, and then you see another cut where it goes to what looks like a computer animated graphic. And then they'll show you another cut of the rocket from far away. And then they'll show you like some really terrible quality footage. And you have to ask yourself, are we looking at the best footage possible, really? Is this the best camera quality possible in 2026 that we're looking at right now? And then finally, they end by showing you an obvious computer graphic. And this is enough for the sheeple at home to be perfectly convinced that the rocket went to outer space and is on its way to the moon. So once the Artemis 2 crew supposedly left Earth and were supposedly on their way to the moon, that's when they supposedly took this photo of the Earth from outer space. So my question is, what is lighting up the Earth in this image? Because it's NASA's claim that the sun is behind the Earth in this photo. And so if the sun is tucked away behind the Earth, then that means we're looking at the dark side of Earth, and clearly it is not dark. So what's lighting up the Earth? And NASA will tell you, if you Google it, that the Earth in this photo is being lit up by moonlight. That's right. That is the scientific answer, if you look it up, that you're gonna get. That's their excuse. NASA claims this is the dark side of the Earth that we're looking at, but it's being lit up by moonlight. Well, my question is, since when did moonlight become just about as equally as bright as sunlight? So this image from NASA makes it appear as if no place on Earth is dark. That's right, darkness does not exist on this Earth, according to NASA. So we'll go ahead and call this image number 1, and there were 3 different images that were supposedly taken by the Artemis 2 crew. So we're going to compare and contrast the differences in these pictures, and there's some major differences which don't make any sense at all. One in particular being that this image, if you go find a high resolution image of this shot right here from the NASA website or any of the mainstream websites, you're going to find stars in this image. That's right, they have little specks that you can see. However, I distinctly remember there was this group of astronauts who claim they walked on the moon, and they said that they did not see stars while they were in space.
But not one of them, surprisingly, remembers having seen a single star by the naked eye.
We were never able to see stars from the lunar surface.
I don't remember seeing any.
So how come this time in this image we can see stars, and then other times they claim they can't see stars? Such as in this image, which also comes from the Artemis 2 crew, you can't see stars. And, even more confusing, half of the Earth is in pitch black darkness. So how come in this image, taken by the same crew, the dark side of the Earth is pitch black and there's no moonlight lighting up the back of the Earth? And what exact part of the Earth are we looking at in this shot anyway? All I can see is a bunch of clouds and water. I don't see a single landmass. I don't see Antarctica. So all we can see is water and clouds. And speaking of clouds, check out this cloud formation right here. It almost looks like some sort of cartoon character with big feet. Maybe it's just me, maybe I'm tripping out, maybe I'm seeing something that isn't really there, but it looks like they purposely put some sort of character in the clouds here. You guys tell me what you think this is in the comments section down below. Oh, but wait, there's more. They gave us this third image, which has the exact same cloud formations as image number 1, literally the same cloud formations. However, this one shows the Earth in darkness. So apparently this side of the Earth is dark and is no longer being lit up by moonlight. So I guess it was being lit up by moonlight earlier, and then later on they took another picture and now it's dark. But it's not pitch black dark. You can still see the outline of the Earth, and you can still supposedly see lights coming from the cities, from humanity down below. However, in the shot where they showed the Earth half lit up and half pitch black, you can't see any lights coming from the cities, from humanity down below. So they're showing us 3 different versions of Earth. One that's completely lit up and there's no such thing as darkness because the Earth is being lit up by the sun and by the moon. And then another shot where half of the Earth is pitch black, and a third picture where it's dark, but it's not pitch black dark. You can still see the outline of the Earth. So what NASA has essentially done here is give you 3 different versions of the globe model, and you can go ahead and choose which one you'd like to be brainwashed with. So, I had the wonderful misfortune of having to sit and watch this Artemis 2 footage so I could find some clips to show you guys. And I gotta say, most of it is very boring and a waste of time to watch. But I was able to find a few anomalies that I thought were very strange. So I noticed while the white guy on the left is eating, he's chewing in a way that looked very strange. It looked like his chin was changing shape, and it looked almost like he was AI. Something about it just didn't look natural. So I blew it up, looked at it as closely as I could, and this might be evidence, possibly, of AI being used. Let me know in the comments section down below what you guys think. Is this astronaut's mouth moving weirdly to you? The way he takes a bite here, the way he chews, the way the chin changes shape. I don't know, man. Something is not right here. So then I started paying closer attention to this particular astronaut, which led me to the next anomaly, which is even more strange. So this one happens quick. If you play it at regular speed, it's really hard to catch. You have to slow it down, and you have to pay close attention to the hand.
What the hell was that?
So when we slow the footage down and we watch it frame by frame, you can clearly see the hand will get all swollen and then the fingers do something out of this world and totally funky. And then to top it all off, the pointer finger does this. What? I mean, what are we even looking at? Guys, let me know down below. Is this evidence of AI? I'm not an expert. I can't say for sure this is evidence that AI was used to edit this video or to make this video, but maybe one of you guys knows a thing or two. So let me know down below what you guys think is going on here. Do you think they used AI to edit or to create this video specifically to dupe the public? And last but not least, there was several different live streams going on all day long showing the Artemis 2 rocket supposedly approaching the moon. And I gotta say, it's a very unimpressive image of the moon. Very low quality. In fact, this whole damn phony mission that NASA put on here has been really low quality, and it's just lazy. And so with all that being said, and all that I've shown here, my conclusion remains the same. I don't believe for a second that man has ever walked on the moon, and I don't believe this Artemis 2 crew even flew past the moon. So let me know in the comments section what you guys think of all this, and I want to thank you all for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.